In today's video, we're going to talk about JP Morgan Chase attempting to manipulate the spot price of precious metals, as well as Main Street versus Wall Street battling it out in the stock market over GameStop. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver and gold spot price manipulation inspired by stock manipulation, Wall Street versus Main Street. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today, we have a lot to talk about. I want to talk about the spot price of silver and gold. I want to talk about and cover why there are some people out there who say or believe that silver is heavily manipulated, gold is heavily manipulated, and why I personally don't agree with that. But this entire video, believe it or not, was inspired by everything going on involving the stock market right now. For those of you who have not seen what has been going on these last couple of days regarding GameStop, for the most part, then you have probably been sleeping the entire week away, because this is pretty much the only thing or the main thing that has been talked about in the world of finance. And anybody who knows me and anybody who's familiar with my channel knows that, yes, I prioritize the silver and the gold, but I keep an eye on everything. I'm always looking at all of the markets. I always try to stay as informed as possible, and I want to talk about what went on so then I can lead into talking about the silver and the gold potential spot price manipulation. So for those of you who do not know what has been going on, the details are still coming out. I'm still taking notes. I'm still writing things down. I'm still doing as much research as I possibly can. And by the way, there are tons of people out there who can probably explain this section of the story a lot better than I can, because I'm personally not affiliated with what's going on. But in the blue corner, we got Wall Street defending the title. In the red corner, we got Main Street, the challenger, coming to take the belt. Wall Street, as I'm sure most of you know, is notorious for tweaking numbers, changing prices, manipulating stocks, all for the sole purpose of taking money out of the little guy's pocket, only to then put it into their own billion-dollar bank accounts and hedge funds and portfolios and whatnot. And if you somehow don't know anything about it, I highly suggest you watch Wolf of Wall Street. Excellent movie. My grandmother was actually in it. She was the one driving the car. They're known for screwing over the average, everyday investor. They have the money and they have the power. However, it seems that the tables have turned. It would appear that the shoe is on the other foot now. Main Street took training seriously, got in Wall Street's face and said, boom! Not today. And this is where it gets kind of funny. A group of Reddit users, people in the Reddit community, they somehow, some way decided GameStop is going to be the meme. GameStop is what they decided to talk about. Oh, GameStop going to the moon. Now, for those of you who do not know, around this time last year, GameStop was really only trading for about maybe $4 per share. GameStop, in my opinion, a dying company. They were doing absolutely atrocious before the market crashed. And then when the market crashed, they were barely even phased because they were already at the bottom. You can't go any lower at that point. They had already crashed before the crash. They were trading for like $4 per share. That was a year ago, pre-crash. Then, over the last couple of days or over the last week or so, these Reddit users figured out a way to drive up the price of GameStop. And it all started with memes and jokes. Now, there's a lot that goes into it. Short selling, short squeezing, all that. I'm not even going to get into that. But long story short, it drove the price of GameStop through the roof. From $4 a share to $400, $500, and I believe at one point it was almost near $600 per share. For absolutely no reason. Driven up through the roof just from hype, excitement, and jokes. And what this ended up doing is caused a ripple effect. Other people started jumping on board, more people started jumping on board, and before you know it, the stock has seen more than a 10,000% boost that shouldn't have happened in the first place. And the reason I say shoe is on the other foot is because the little guys, the average everyday investors, ended up making millions and millions and millions of dollars by doing this, while Wall Street ended up losing billions of dollars. This is how Wall Street was feeling. So it was the old switcheroo. That's what's been being talked about for the last couple of days. But as of this morning, something else happened. Everybody was looking forward to the market opening up this morning so that they can continue fighting on Main Street versus Wall Street. But unfortunately, a lot of these stock trading platforms blocked users' ability to buy GameStop stock. And this got these platforms so much heat. People were calling for class action lawsuits. People were saying that these platforms are manipulating now. People are saying that they're siding with Wall Street, or that they're being bought out, or that they're trying to interfere with their ability to invest. And from my understanding, from the research that I've done, it doesn't appear like that is exactly the case. Because a lot of people at the very beginning, they were blaming Robinhood. Oh, it was just Robinhood. I'm done with Robinhood. I'm going over to this site now. I'm going to Webull. I'm going to Cash App. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Turns out, it wasn't just Robinhood. It was also Webull. It was also Cash App. It was also a lot of other brokerage apps. And as it turns out, or at least as it seems, it wasn't the brokerage apps calling the shots. It was their clearing firms that weren't allowing buys to go through, at least from what I've seen. So a lot of chaos has been going on the last couple of days. A lot of craziness is taking place on social media. People are angry, people are frustrated, people are up in arms right now, and rightfully so. I understand that that's a very unfortunate thing to go through. All of a sudden, your ability to invest in something that you want to invest in gets taken away from you. I understand that. However, a lot of these stock analysts came to the conclusion that everything going on with the whole buying and selling GameStop stock resembles somewhat of a Ponzi or a pyramid. Because guess what happens when a lot of people make a lot of money? At the same time, a lot of people lose a lot of money. And it's not just Wall Street who was losing money. A lot of the little guys, they were going to be buying in at $500, $600, $700, and what goes up often comes right back down, especially when it goes up that quick. So one could actually argue it's a good thing that they actually stopped people from continuing to buy in. Because guess what would happen if they did continue to let people buy in, and a massive amount of people ended up losing money over this? Then people would be blaming the brokerage apps for something else. Instead of saying, hey, you need to let us invest, other people would be saying, hey, you shouldn't have let us invest. My personal takeaway is that I think people should be allowed to invest in whatever they want to invest in. I think people should be allowed to make mistakes and lose money, but I understand the credibility of these massive brokerage apps. I understand that they want to protect themselves, and I understand that they don't have complete and total control over exactly what goes on. There are so many banks and so many firms and so many other entities involved in their particular organization that they're not exactly the ones calling the shots 100% of the time. But I know that was a little bit of a lengthy story, but I wanted to talk about that before getting into the silver and the gold, because that story right there is what inspired me to talk about the silver and the gold. And of course, a couple people in recent days or weeks commenting on my video saying that they don't want to get involved in silver because they think it's manipulated. I wanted to talk about this as well. So moving away from stocks, let's talk about the precious metals. Let's talk about what everyone is subscribed to my channel for, the silver and the gold. There's a lot of people out there who believe that the spot price is heavily manipulated. I personally do not think that that's the case. I do believe there's some foul play from time to time. I don't believe anyone can go anywhere that's free of foul play. I think foul play will always exist. But to say the spot price of silver is heavily, drastically manipulated, I would have to disagree. Now, when it comes to manipulation, if you go on over to Google and just type in JP Morgan silver, you will find an endless list of articles, so much news from last year, the year before. In fact, there are plenty of articles and reports from several years ago talking about JP Morgan attempting to manipulate the spot price. Got caught. There's lawsuits. There's a whole big mess going on regarding that. And that is likely to be true. Allegedly. Let me just say that just to play it safe. That is likely to be the case. But when attempts at manipulation take place, those who attempt to allegedly manipulate the spot price and get caught doing so get in massive, massive, massive trouble. I personally do not believe this is the norm. I don't personally believe that this is what goes on a daily basis. I personally do not believe that there are people or companies or corporations or entities out there who are strategically manipulating the spot price of silver. I personally don't believe that's the case. I could be wrong, by the way. I'd be happy to be proven wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I'll be wrong again in the future. But I personally don't believe that that's the case. I believe that there's a big difference between attempting to engage in foul play and massively manipulating the spot price of silver, because there's a lot of people out there who say that silver should be over $1,000 rather than only like $25. I personally don't believe that to be true. I believe there's plenty of silver out there. I believe silver is viewed much more as an industrial metal than a precious metal in the eyes of the global silver demand, that is. Because let's face it, silver is used absolutely everywhere, and there's plenty of silver to dig up. There's so much silver underground that we don't even have yet. And once we have it, it's going to be mined, it's going to be minted, more coins, rounds, bars will be produced, and hundreds of millions of ounces are going to be going to all of these different industries, all of these different sectors. The jewelry industry, most popular, but silver is also used in 10,000 different ways. Silver is used in medicine, photography, batteries, electronics, cars, solar panels. It's the most reflective metal on the planet. It's the greatest conductor of both heat and electricity. But there's just so much silver, far more silver than gold. And I personally would not involve myself in something that I believe to be heavily manipulated. I personally do not believe that's a very bright idea. I don't think that's something that I would want to dive into if I knew or believed that there was manipulation and corruption going on in this particular asset or an investment of some sort or an organization or anything. If I knew or believed that there was manipulation, rigging, corruption, lying, stealing, and all of this evil, I would stay as far away from that as humanly possible. I don't think it's very smart to involve yourself in something that you personally believe is heavily manipulated. Now, like I said before, of course there's foul play from time to time. There will always be foul play no matter where you go. But I think there's a huge distinction between attempts at foul play and completely rigging the spot price. And one of the main reasons I say this is because sometimes silver does what we want it to do. Some of us want silver to go up, some of us want silver to go down. And if it moves in a direction that some people don't want it to go in, that's when they start using the word manipulated. That's when they start saying, oh, it's rigged, it's fake. As soon as they don't get what they want, as soon as it doesn't do what they want it to do, it's rigged. But then when it does what they want it to do, all of a sudden it's, hey, I told you so, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, this is the best thing in the world. People who want to get their hands on as much silver as humanly possible, quite like myself, I want as much silver as I could ever get my hands on. I want tens of thousands of ounces, hundreds of thousands of ounces. I want as much silver as I can possibly get. And when I see the spot price going up, I'm not a fan. That means I can get less silver for my currency. And some people out there will say that it's manipulated or it's rigged so that we can't get any more. Then, if spot price were to fall down, when people want it to go up, silver becomes cheaper. Silver becomes easier to get your hands on because you can get more silver for your currency. Those same people will say, oh, it's rigged because they don't want us to get rich. They don't want us to make money. They don't want us to profit. See, no matter which way it goes, people aren't going to be happy. If they want it to go up and it goes down, it's because they don't want you to get rich. If it goes up when you want it to go down, it's because they, quote unquote, they don't want you to get the silver. I personally don't view it that way. I don't look at things that way. I don't see it that way. I don't agree with it. But to each their own. Again, there will always be foul play, but I think there's a massive difference between foul play and massive manipulation and rigging and corruption. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts regarding the spot price of silver? Do you personally consider it to be heavily rigged? Is it manipulated in your eyes? Do you believe that spot price is fake? Do you believe that silver shouldn't be $25? It should be $362.14 for whatever reason? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic regarding stock manipulation or the manipulation of the spot price of precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of the videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, what are your thoughts on, number one, everything going on regarding GameStop? Do you believe that there was any real reason for the price of GameStop stock to go through the roof the way that it did? Or do you think that it was purely because of hype, excitement, jokes, and memes? And when it comes to the spot price of the precious metals, I want your honest, objective thoughts on that right there. Do you truly believe silver and gold are heavily manipulated, completely rigged, fake, corrupt, artificial? Do you actually believe that to be true? And regarding my stance on it, how I've noticed over the years that when spot price goes up when people don't want it to, they always blame, quote unquote, they. It's because they don't want us to get silver. That's why they're pretending spot price is going up. Spot price goes down, it's because, quote unquote, they don't want us to make money off silver. So they're artificially pushing it down. I want to know your thoughts on my stance right there. Anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.